Well, the ownCloud Foundation was founded 2 years ago approximately, when it was clear that the fork situation would develop, and it's there to protect the independence of the open source project ownCloud. During the last 1.5 years, we were of course in discussions on which direction the community will take. And what happened now is that we have had a constituting meeting of the board of directors, which is the governing body of the ownCloud Foundation, and that is required for a legally independent future of the open source project ownCloud, governed by the board of directors composed of the 7 different stakeholders and the 2 community representatives. First of all, there are the 2 community contributors. They will be elected from starting October the 1st for, I believe it's 45 days of an election period. Anyone who has signed a CLA can contribute by being electable or by electing someone. And these are the community seats by the developers, voted on by the developers. They represent the community, the real grassroots community. Then we have the 7 professional stakeholders. One of them is, for example, Konica Minolta, which is a large corporation focusing on printer and multifunctional devices. Then we have ARNet, which is an Australian or countrywide organization for government and education and research IT. They have a very large ownCloud installation that is, I believe, next year will cover over 100 petabyte. Then we have CERN as the European High Energy Physics Laboratory in Geneva, an international high energy project. They also have a big ownCloud installation and are a strategic stakeholder. Then we have the ETH Zurich, which is known as the MIT of Switzerland often. And they also have a very big ownCloud installation, and they were one of the earliest adopters of our technology. And they are also represented by Dr. Thilo Steiger on the board, who is responsible for their file operations. Then we have GWDG, which is a bit of a complex name. It stands for Gesellschaft für wissenschaftliche Datenverarbeitung Göttingen. It's a joint venture between the University of Göttingen and the Max Planck Society, and they run an ownCloud instance for the state of Niedersachsen in Germany, Lower Saxony, and they are also a key stakeholder. Then we have Géant is their name as a board representative. Géant is a supranational organization that connects over 50 different countries in Europe with a focus on the research space, and they represent all these different local stakeholders. I believe the Géant community itself is over 50 million users in Europe. So if you have been to a university, you have, without knowing, used the Géant service. For example, EduRoam is also a Géant thing. And then, of course, there is ownCloud with the company with 1 seat represented. Well, generally, the stage of the foundation right now is a stage of a very early structure building, I would say. So we are really focusing on something that is atypical. We are focusing on creating, let's say, guardrails and governance for people in the community to work. So we will establish a technical working group, a development working group, an outreach working group, or also things like a scientific collaboration working group, because a lot of scientific users are using our solution with a very scientific focus, and if they join forces on specific topics, they have either less resources or a better customization on this. So this is really the focus right now.
Okay, so last question, what can users or contributors do right now?
Right now, I would say that the focus for the next, probably until end of the year, is really structural creation and formal processes like voting on who is going to head a technical committee and this and that. So the users can actually just get engaged. Go to ownCloud.org, vote on the community seats, volunteer for election of a community seat, and follow ownCloud on social and social media, and check the webpage, sign up for the newsletter. We will inform you on where you can get involved.